Here's what happened. Round 8 of the FIM Motocross World Championship, the MXGP of Sardegna at Riola Sardo. Thibaut Beneston with his first foxhole shot of the season in MX2 Race 1. Behind him, his teammate Jago Geerts, Kevin Horgmo, Conrad Mewse, Langenfelder. Vial buried in about 9th place, but he would have a very busy opening lap. Top of your screen, Vial moving into 3rd on the opening lap, passing Horgmo. And then he went after Thibaut Beneston to move into 2nd. Beneston made a mistake. An easy pass for the KTM rider. Urged on by the team in both corners. Vial and Geerts went at it, but a little bit further back. Horgmo got caught and passed for 4th place by Simon Langenfelder on the gas. Conrad Mewse got passed by the number 18 of Andrea Adamo. That put him into 6th as Horgmo fell from his Kawasaki from 5th place, advancing a few positions for some other riders. From 6th place, Conrad Mewse was forced to retire just around the halfway mark. A disappointment for the Brit. And then, as Harrop tried to cut back to the inside of Adamo, Horgmo passed him and then went by Adamo on the same lap to move into 5th place. At the top of your screen there. Up front, all eyes on the battle for the lead, though, between Jago Geerts and Tom Vial, as they continued to push each other to the line. A slight mistake there, with a lap or so to go, allowed Vial to close right back in. But Harrop was in no mood for messing around, wide to pass Horgmo, and then eventually Langenfelder, as Vial fell on the final lap, didn't lose any positions, handing the win to Jago Geerts for the 8th time this year. Tom Vial crossed the line 2nd, Beneston 3rd, Harrop and Horgmo rounded out the top 5 in MX2 Race 1. MX2 Race 2, once again it was Thibaut Beneston with a foxhole shot, the 2nd of the day, 2nd of the season, but only just because Tom Vial was right alongside him as they hit the strike. Horgmo was in 3rd, Adamo 4th. Geerts around about 7th place at that time. At the end of this straight, Liam Everts fell and took Langenfelder with him just there. Those two would have to fight through the field. Langenfelder got to 7th. Meanwhile, end of the straight into turn 5. Vial took over the lead from Beneston. Geerts was busy moving from 4th into 3rd behind his teammate. And then at the top of the screen as well, Adamo and Horgmo changing positions. Horgmo moving into 4th, ahead of the Italian. Lap 2, and Jago Geerts eventually found his way around the outside of Beneston to move into 2nd. That was Jago Geerts sent into 2nd place. Once again, nothing in it between the top 2. This time, though, the positions were reversed, and despite a few mistakes where Geerts was unable to close in on the Frenchman, he wasn't able to find a way through. Vial making it very difficult for Geerts this time around. Final lap, final turn. Geerts still believed he had a shot at winning. They crossed the line 3/10 apart, but it was Vial from Geerts and Beneston, Horgmo and Gifting. Vial won the overall, though, with a 2nd and a 1st. Geerts a 1st and a 2nd, 2nd overall. Beneston 2/3 to take his first podium, 3rd overall this season. And in the championship, the gap remains at 6 points between Geerts and Vial, with Langenfelder, Harrop and Horgmo rounding out the top 5. Your top 3 here then today: Tom Vial, Jago Geerts and Thibaut Beneston. But as we head to Spain in 2 weeks' time, it's Geerts who continues to lead MX2.
I'm so happy. It was so tough today. I think it's the first race we have like a day like this in the sand. Jago was pushing all the moto, but I had a great piece. I want to thank the team because the bike is working amazing. So thank you very much and see you next race.
MXGP Race 1 then, round 8 in Sardinia. Tim Geiser got to the foxhole shot line ahead of everybody else for his 2nd foxhole shot of the campaign. As they came into turn 2, though, Maxime Renault fell from 2nd. Ruben Fernandez, Brian Bogus, Glenn Koldenoff, amongst others, that got caught out in that little hold-up. Calvin Valandren started in around about 7th, but was quickly going to town on the riders ahead of him. Moving into 6th, around the outside there. A good start for Brent Van Donnick, but eventually got caught by Jeremy Seewer. That was for 4th place. And then Valandren also went through into 5th on the following lap with the same move on the Belgian. Seewer and Valandren then caught the 41 of Paul Jonas, and they surged into 3rd and 4th places respectively. And then Valandren got the better of Seewer on lap 10 of 18 with this pass around the outside and up the inside into turn 4. Valandren now 3rd, Seewer 4th. Mitch Evans showed mid-race form, gained a couple of positions on Van Donnick and Jonas in the same corner to move briefly into 5th. He stayed there for 3 laps before hitting the wall on what was a very hot day. He would eventually fall out of the points. Brent Van Donnick also sees the opportunity to go past Paul Jonas, as did Brian Bogus. And Bogus then went after Van Donnick as he moved further up the leaderboard. He eventually found his way into 5th position with a late pass on the 43 of Mitch Evans. Maxime Renault had a quiet ride, but eventually came home in 6th on the 959. This was Bogus' move on Evans to put him into 5th place with about 4 laps to go. Valandren, though, the ride of the race, from 3rd to 2nd with that pass on Jorge Prado, as he and Geiser started to fade in the heat. 30 degrees here on a tough track in Sardinia. And 2 laps to go. Valandren took over the lead from the series leader. He then crossed the line to take his first race win since MX2 Race 2 Sweden in 2019, his first in MXGP. The final race of the day, MXGP Race 2. This time it was Jorge Prado making no mistakes with his 7th foxhole shot of the year. Hot conditions meant riders would be slow to recover between the race 1 and race 2. Ben Watson going down in turn 1 there. Jonas came through the turn in 2nd. Fernandez there in 3rd. Geiser in about 7th or 8th place at this point. Koldenoff behind Valandren, who was quickly on the march again. He moved into 3rd with that pass on Ruben Fernandez, and then he went round the outside of Jonas 4 laps later to move into 2nd on lap 5. He took over the lead on lap 8 with a pass on Jorge Prado in turn 4. Tim Geiser overshot, trying to find a way past Jonas. He then fell. It got worse for him. He eventually ended up in 12th place. Another rider suffering with the hot conditions today. 2 for 1. In one corner for Jeremy Seewer, went past both the Husqvarnas as he tried to land the top 5 position. Koldenoff got into 2nd as he eased up the inside of Prado. Seewer not done yet. Found his way by his teammate Maxime Renault. And then Ruben Fernandez to move into 4th place. But then a couple of corners later, the Yamaha rider fell down to 9th, just here through this right-hander. He would remount to put in a spirited fight back to 6th in the remaining laps of the race, finding his way past Matteo Guadagnini and Paul Jonas through this next right-hander, and then further on up the track, the number 70 of Ruben Fernandez. By now, Fernandez also struggling in the hot conditions, as you can see from the body language. But Calvin Valandren, for the 2nd time of the day, making it the perfect day, the perfect weekend here. A qualifying race win, pole position, 2 race wins, his first Grand Prix victory in MXGP, and the first pole position and double race win since Lockett 2019 when it was Roman Fevre. But Valandren wins here in Sardinia from Prado and Koldenoff. Tim Geiser continues to lead the championship now, 79 points clear of Renault. Seewer 3rd, Prado 4th, Koldenoff 5th. But what a day for the Gebben van Venrooy Yamaha team and Calvin Valandren. Geiser continues to lead the championship, though, as we head to Spain.
It's unbelievable. I have no words. No words. Honestly, I'm speechless. I just want to say a big thanks to my family. Always there for me. My team, They've given me everything the last 3 years, and just to give them back this result is just awesome.